find to survive. We're never gonna gain control.
What up, y'all, and welcome to Talladega Super Speedway for the 9th race in the 2024 FBRL Napa Truck Series season. We're gearing up for 57 laps in the Talladega 150. Ryan Reed on pole for the third time in his Napa Truck Series career. He's joined by Daniel Bouchard on the front row. Points leader Noah Hart is in row 2 with 2021 champ Luke Martin. Row 3, Bradley Bishop Jr. and Chase Marks. You see all the Shark House Performance trucks qualifying in the top 10. Marks' teammates William Brock and last race's winner AJ Jones sit in row 4. And rounding out the top 10, it's the Breeding Enterprises part-time truck of Nick Breeding in the 8, with the Morris Motorsports part-time truck of Lane Sanders in the 55, and some cursed abominations of paint schemes that somehow got approved for tonight's race. Edward Siemba, James Sewerfox, Aiden Carlton, Michael Miller making his 25th career start. Edward Siemba, by the way, making his 65th career start. That ties Larry Hagan 10th all-time in series history for career starts. You also got James Ellison in the field tonight making his 25th career start. Ellison has been part-time over the past couple of seasons since making moves up to the Hardee's National Series. So Talladega is sure to be a big wild card. Noah Hart's points lead has been slowly chipped away here and there by Richard Johnson and now AJ Jones, Ryan Reed, William Brock, all trying to close in on the points leader. Perhaps maybe luck could be on their side tonight, or it could be on Noah Hart's side as we take a look at the rear of the field. Making the race on provisionals, Nelson Reeves, Benedict Myrtle III, Kyle Sustry, and the aforementioned James Ellison. Let's go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Jared Vereshigan and Angel Gutierrez did not qualify for tonight's race. Gutierrez was hoping to make his 10th career start here tonight. He will have to wait for the international tour, as we've got Italy, Dubai, and a doubleheader inversion at New Zealand, which is making a return here in the final season of the Napa Truck Series on tap coming up. So all kinds of road course action. We got samples from Watkins Glen in Mexico, but Italy, Dubai, and New Zealand are all different animals and sure to provide some entertaining races. So Ryan Reed's third career pole, first of the season. Reed, 13th driver to reach 3 career poles, and that's kind of ironic considering all the bad luck Ryan Reed had in his Hardee's National Series career to be the 13th driver to reach a certain career statistic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say to that. As mentioned, we've got some cursed abominations in the field. This is a Dill Dealers Ford dealership truck on a Toyota. I don't know what Nick Breeding was thinking when he approved this sponsor for his team, but the series officials don't really care anymore because it's the final season, and then you've got another meme machine in this 55 Camping World truck, all kinds of graphics, and it's even got hair on hair incorporated into the design. I don't know. They crazy. Green flag is out. We're underway for the Talladega 150. Daniel Bouchard and Luke Martin both got great jumps on the outside. Luke Martin got such a good jump. He tried to jump straight to the outside to go 3 wide. Perhaps he's just hoping to go backwards because that's where he's going to go now. Ryan Reed to the outside of Noah Hart as Daniel Bouchard takes the point. 3 Toyotas behind the 30. Hart, Bradley Bishop Jr., and Lane Sanders. As trucks scatter everywhere, 3 wide behind the top 4, which are single file. Bouchard has had a decent season for what is a rookie season for him here in the Napa Truck Series. He sits 10th in the points with 2 top 10s on the year so far. Average finishing position of 17th. Noah Hart, who is also considered a rookie, has had a stellar season. But just 1 win so far, that win back at Phoenix. But has been tremendously consistent despite that. On the season overall, Hart with 1 win, 5 top 5s, and 7 top 10s, and an average finish of 6.5. That only outside the top 10 result came at Mexico 2 races ago. And Hart was looking like the favorite to win at Kansas until strategy didn't really go their way. But he still fought hard to get a top 10 result. Here at Talladega, you'll see the inside line be pretty dominant at the start, but once those right side tires get some wear in them, the outside line starts to pull a little bit better. So you want to be at the front of the field when that tire wear kicks in. So we'll likely see drivers take two tires on most of their pit stops here tonight. Bouchard put 3 wide by Brock and Sanders, as now William Brock leading with teammate AJ Jones behind them. They had that fantastic photo finish last time out at Kansas. William Brock respecting teammate AJ Jones for going for the win, and they had a nice clean battle there on the final lap, and AJ Jones was able to get it done on the inside. Jones now will take the lead. Zachary Fitzwater Jr. behind him in a special Rolex Superman paint scheme. You saw Ryan Reed on the front row in a Rolex Batman paint scheme. So red and blue here under the lights at Talladega. This is the first of 5 planned races for these schemes. So expect to see them more often as the year progresses. Problems for Benjamin Snyder. He's on the apron. He's back on the track. He's checking up the inside line big time. Here in Snyder has a flat tire. That was from 15th place. And that split the pack in 2 here on lap number 6. That's going to be a tough break for Ben. He's going to have to bring it down pit road, and he will likely fall a lap down. So not the start to the race Easy Racing wanted out of their 08 truck. Tell you guys what, AJ Jones, he took the race lead and he has stayed there. So this number 42 really trimmed out. Teams made their second round of upgrades following Kansas. And teams are expected to do some minor upgrades following this Talladega weekend before they head overseas for the International Tour. But now you see Mac Johnson, Eric Monaco putting AJ Jones to the outside, and that outside has not yet come in, so Jones unable to defend his position. But these super speedway races, they bring out the underdogs, and a guy like Mac Johnson, who has not had the greatest year he would have liked to have had, would love to get a win. And what would it mean to get that win here at Talladega? You know, the plate tracks, anyone can win at these plate tracks, but they're also the hardest tracks to win at because of that. Now Lane Sanders back to the inside of Mac Johnson. Lane fell back a bit before, but was able to get right back to the bottom. Arya Carmona, Chase Marks behind him. Noah Hart, you can see moving back towards the front. So they're going to go 3 wide for the race lead here. 10 laps complete, about halfway through a fuel run. These trucks can stretch it 24 laps if they really need to, but expect drivers to pit from 20 to 22 laps on gas. So a 2-stop race for sure, as now Chase Marks takes the race lead. Lassard, Noah Hart right behind them. As we've got drivers dooring each other, that's Carlton and Jerry Cook. And they're crashing. That'll be the first caution flag of the night. The field has been split up. We'll have to see. Gonna want to watch as they come around to the back straightaway if anyone stacks up. Stack-ups are known to occur as well here. Ooh, James Silverfox. Carlo. Ooh, they saved it. That was really close. That could have been disastrous for a number of drivers that were ahead of that initial crash. See, anyone's gonna stack up here. Michael Miller into Jerry Cook. Oh, JD Martin's going way too fast. JD Martin, AJ Jones, Richard Johnson. Oh, Luke Martin just got dumped by Aiden Carlton. That's likely going to end the nights of Jones, Johnson, and Carlton. And this is big in the championship. AJ Jones with the win at Kansas had close to 59 points back. Richard Johnson was 32 points back. And this is going to be a poor result. Noah Hart is up in second right now. He missed everything. And unless Noah Hart gets relegated towards the back or gets in an incident of his own, he could capitalize big time here and gain a ton of points on his closest competition. Let's take a look at what happened here. This was Aiden Carlton and his teammate Jerry Cook in the middle of a 4 wide. And this is your typical 4 wide accident here. And they're just kind of stuck together. And right here, they start to move up the track, and AJ Jones is in the worst spot possible. Gets put in the wall along with Edward Siemba. You see Richard Johnson, Griffin Maple McDermott are right behind this. Kyle Sustry, Toby Christie getting pieces. And then Luke Martin goes right into the wall where the safer barrier begins. All these trucks hard into the outside wall. James Ellison getting a piece of Toby Christie up ahead. GLM spins AJ Jones around further. I believe that is it. Siemba goes around completely. And then we saw the stack up after, which destroys from JD Martin on back. That's a tough break for all those trucks. On board with AJ Jones. And that's a tough break for Jones's night. On board now with Richard Johnson. See, a lot of these trucks did really only one 360, but they all got up into the outside wall. So, and of course, the stack up on the back straightaway did not help things at all. Getting ready to go back racing. We are going to have 42 laps to go, which is going to put everyone in a interesting fuel strategy situation. So everyone pit under the yellow on lap 12, coming to the start of lap 13. Which is 45 to go. So now, if they can't stretch it and split it 22-23 laps, which is at the height of their fuel window, we will likely see drivers come back down for a splash of fuel around 3 laps to 7 laps to go. But if you can stretch it long, you're going to be gold. You're not going to have to pit again. Of course, all of that could be thrown out the window if we have another caution, which I'm sure a ton of drivers would like to see, because I don't think a lot of these guys want to have to worry about fuel. Ryan Reed will lead them back to the green flag. Chase Marks in second. Cameron Lessard third. Noah Hart, Seth Cole, your top 5. Carmona, BBJ, Freeman Jr., Austin Rogers, and Fitzwater Jr., your top 10. Out of the race, AJ Jones, Richard Johnson, Luke Martin, and Aiden Carlton. That is massive for AJ Jones and Richard Johnson in the championship fight with Noah Hart. And that's also big for Luke Martin, who continues to have a poor season. And Martin came into this thing, jumped up to 11th in points after a great run at Kansas. But Luke, just 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s on the season. And just a bad luck night here at Talladega. Very similar to what happened to him at Springfield. Benjamin Snyder got the Raise Up award and got his lap back. So Snyder back on the lead lap, but at the rear of the field. We'll have to navigate some of the damaged vehicles that remain in the race. Three wide at the line for the race lead. Give the lead there to Chase Marks. But now into the corner goes Arya Carmona, passing by the number 2. Carmona with a Hardee's National Series win to her name that came several years ago. 3 years ago now. It's crazy how much time has passed. Looking to get back to victory lane here with S3 Motorsports. Could tonight be the night? Still a long way to go. 40 laps to go here at the start-finish line. Bit of 4-wide action here in the turn 1 as the 98 of Seth Cole has lost the engine. He's going to drop down onto the apron. That's going to stack up the back half of the pack. Daniel Bouchard, Ryan Reed, Samuel England, all in this group. Seth Cole, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it back to pit road, but he's on the apron. He's out of harm's way. That truck is not going to make it back, so I believe he will stop here on the apron. Let's take a look at who is off the pace here. See Edward Siemba running in 34th place. Eric Monaco a lap down. He pit by himself at some point. Also got way in the back here. James Ellison and Zachary DeLille just running side by side. If they don't get lined up, they might get parked for not making minimum speed. They are crawling around this track compared to some others. Griffin Label, McDermott, Jerry Cook, JD Martin, Kyle Sustry, Benjamin Snyder, all in this little group here behind the pack. So you see Snyder with no damage, but because he had the lineup behind all the damaged trucks, he did not get to stay with the lead draft, but he gets to pull all these damaged vehicles with him. Tough break for Jerry Cook. Got in the accident at Kansas. Following his Mexico win, gets caught up in something, or caught up in the accident, of course, here tonight. He was in that 4-wide mess. I already forget who's in the crash, I guess. You know, the memory's just, poof, just going. See Eric Monaco back there. And now tailing this lead pack, you've got Austin Rogers, Riker Haverman, Tristan Grace, and Toby Chrissy just in a single file line. But the pack has regrouped despite being separated there by Seth Cole. And now Chase Marks, like his teammate AJ Jones was earlier, he appears to have a good enough truck to just continue to lead this draft. And so far, no one has been able to set up a run to get by him, but there's a bit of a gap here for him now as they went 3 wide behind them. Perhaps someone will get a run on him. Let's go to the spectator camera. We'll see if this outside line has started to come into play at all or not. A turn 3 we've known historically is still pretty bottom line dominant. See here is Lane Sanders and Hannah Allen closing up on Chase Marks. They are 3 wide behind them. See if anyone has to check up here on the inside line. Doesn't appear that they're checking up a lot just yet. Oh, right there you can see it on turn 2 exit. Ben McDonald had the check up. He got a little tight. Same with Daniel Bouchard, and now you can see that outside line starting to come into play, and that will just continue to grow in strength as the race progresses, because most likely a lot of these teams are not going to take 4 tires. Chase Marks pulling up the racetrack. Not sure what that's about. Oh, that's because the 10 and the 31 are pitting. They have been parked. But Chase Marks went high because he wasn't sure if he was going to be catching them in time or not. That's going to allow Hannah Allen to get to his inside and fight for the race lead. As here comes Fitzwater now looking 3 wide for the race lead. Let's go to our helicopter camera, see if Fitzwater Jr. has enough grip to complete this pass on the bottom. Yep, he's going to come up the track. Daniel Bouchard, Ryan Reed behind them with enough momentum to clear, as well as now Chase Marks with the run from the top side. And we are closing in on halfway and closing in on our first round of green flag pit stops. Key things to remember when you're pitting here at a super speedway is you want to be at the front of your group that pits. And if you stay out, you want to be at the front too, because a lot of times drivers check up, and if you are at the back of a pack and you check up and you stay out, you lose a ton of time. But Ryan Reed back to the race lead. Could he be leading a group down pit road? How about this? As we're about to complete halfway, Ryan Reed and Zachary Fitzwater Jr. 1-2 here at Talladega. Now that is a sight right there. 44 and the 91 in their special Rolex paint schemes leading the way at Talladega. But Nick Breeding's going to spoil the party in his Ford dealership Toyota over here. Now Daniel Bouchard looking to make it 3 wide as they're catching Edward Siemba. So lap traffic here before the pit window opens up could spread out this pack. Ryan Reed drives on by, Bouchard drives on by, and they will check up behind him, and that will separate Fitzwater from his teammate. Benedict Murdo, Ben McDonald, Jeff Bolton, Lane Sanders, Nelson Reeves, all getting to go by the lap truck of Edward Siemba. Good run so far, 4-99. She gets to jump into the top 10 due to the slow truck. Reeves has not had a great season by any means. Been a lot of bad luck, been a lot of underwhelming performance from the 99 team. But Revolution Racing working hard, not just for themselves, but for the entire Mitsubishi empire, to get all teams better and fighting for some wins here, because it has now been about a season since Vince Friese's win at Road 1 up in Canada a year ago, and that is the last time a Mitsubishi has won a race. Green flag pit stops are on the way. Aria Carmona, first one to come down pit road. She'll be joined by England, Hannah Allen, Tristan Grace, and Ricky Freeman Jr. This is kind of early. This is coming to 25 to go. I don't foresee any of these trucks making it from here. This is 21 laps from the caution lap they pit under. As now the race leader catches JD Martin, another lap truck. And I don't know if you can make it from this lap either or the next lap. It's going to be close. Fuel strategy is active. And yep, here we go. Nick Breeding going to lead the next group in. Ton of trucks going to stay out. Ooh, Bradley Bishop Jr. get on the brakes. Barely gets on the brakes in time for running over Cali DeGarmo. See Noah Hart here in the back. He had gotten held up by lap traffic before. So Ryan Reed leads a group here. Daniel Bouchard, Lane Sanders, Mac Johnson, Jeff Bolton, Brock McDonald, Reeves, Michael Miller have all stayed out. Can they make it if they pit here? They're going to be right on the edge. See Mac Johnson, Jeff Bolton getting down pit road here early. Daniel Bouchard and William Brock are going to go another lap. I don't know if they wanted to do that, as JD Martin gets into the back of Nelson Reeves. Everyone else pits here. William Brock takes the lead away from Daniel Bouchard. These two are going to be pitting, coming to 22 laps to go, so they should definitely be good as long as they don't run out of gas here. See, are either of these trucks sputtering? No signs that they are sputtering quite yet. Both of them will make it on the pit road. Complete the cycle. You see Arya Carmona looking to take the provisional lead away from Benedict Murdo III. The field is all spread out now. Nick Breeding leads his group off pit road. Actually, no, Lane Sanders, Mac Johnson, they are well ahead of the pack. Mac Johnson will drive by. Looks like William Brock had a poor pit stop. He's not even going to be with the lead pack anymore. Daniel Bouchard, though, on the other hand, had a great pit stop. He should come out here in the lead pack, which consists of going to be consistent of Bouchard, Mac Johnson, Sanders, Breeding, Bolton, McDonald, Ryan Reed, Benedict Murdo III, Reen Carmona, Ricky Freeman Jr., Hannah Allen, Bradley Bishop Jr., Michael Miller, Chase Marks. They might be able to get up to their draft, but William Brock is going to be back here in a secondary group, which will consist of Lassard, Fitzwater, Austin Rogers, Runkle, Hart, and Reeves. But now you wait. If the race stays green, fuel strategy will come into play. This will be quite poetic if this goes to the finish. Remember, first race in Napa Truck Series history, back when it was the Napa Pro Series, was held here at Talladega, and it came down to fuel mileage, which saw Nick Breeding stay out on the last lap as others pit, and Nick Breeding captured the first checkered flag in series history. This is not the final race of the series, but what a full circle moment it would be if Talladega, in its final Napa Truck Series race, had yet another fuel mileage race. As Nick Breeding is up here to contend for that victory. But there are 20 long laps to go here under the lights, and still a lot can happen. The outside line has really come into play now. You see both Lane Sanders and Jeff Bolton getting good runs on turn 2 exit over Bradley Bishop Jr. to their inside as the lead pack is all bunched up 3 by 3 by 3. Fuel mileage must not be a concern because these drivers are racing the tails off. Bradley Bishop Jr. looking for what would be his first win of the season as they are gonna go 4 wide in the turn 1 for the race lead. Freeman Jr. on the bottom, then up the track it's Bishop, Sanders, and Bolton. Let's see how much does the bottom check up there. Mac Johnson had to check up so much he is now even with BBJ. They are 4 by 4 here in the lead pack. How about this? Everyone else was probably hoping they would crash right there because that would have been the caution they needed to get bunched back up. Mac Johnson returns to the lead. Oh, they're still leaning. That was Bouchard and McDonald there in the middle. See this Lane Sanders check up here under the Sunoco sign, and yep, they are back to 3 wide. See this second group here. Oh, someone just blew up. Was that Marks? No, that's Austin Runkle. That's our second engine failure on the night, and that's going to be a tough break for Runkle, who was in for a potential top 20 result. He will join his Crossroads Racing teammates who have been off the track for 21 laps now, and it looks like Runkle is going to park it in about the same spot that Seth Cole did. That will leave us with 34 trucks on the racetrack. Noah Hart currently running in 20th place. You want to talk points? Who's got a good chance to gain some points here tonight that is in the title fight? Well, with AJ Jones and Richard Johnson out, the other 2 drivers, top 5 in the points, just so happen to be up here in this lead group, and that's Hannah Allen and Ryan Reed. Hannah Allen coming in 78 points behind Noah Hart. Ryan Reed coming in 91 points behind. Hannah Allen with the 1 win, which she got at the Atlanta 150. 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s. Ryan Reed also 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s. Interestingly enough, Hannah Allen's average finish shows as a 13.5. Ryan Reed's is a 10.38. But because of that 1 win, Hannah Allen has 13 more points than Ryan Reed, and probably a bit better top 5 finishes as well due to the way points are awarded. But so Ryan Reed looking to maybe gain points on Hannah Allen here, and Noah Hart as well with where Hart is. So Reed and Hannah most likely want to see this thing go green to the end, because if they can finish top 5, they're going to gain a ton of points on Noah Hart. Coming down to crunch time here, 6 laps to go at Talladega Superspeedway. 3 wide throughout this pack. Benedict Murdo III is in the lead. Oldest driver in the field this season, 57 years old. And what it would mean for the European to get a win here on an oval. Someone's hands out the window. Someone's pitting here, and it's the S3 Motorsports trucks. Carmona, Ricky Freeman Jr., they're coming in. They can't make it. And that stacked up the back of the pack. 5 laps to go. Ryan Reed in the lead. Can anyone make it on fuel? Or will everyone come down pit road for a splash? Ryan Reed going to go high to the outside of Kyle Soustrai as they catch him as a lap down truck. That's going to give Ryan Reed a huge lead here. It's going to leave him a sitting duck. Anyone else coming down pit road this time? Yes, Bradley Bishop Jr. is coming in. Hannah Allen's coming in. Bradley Ream from the lead pack. Fitzwater Jr. comes in from the second pack. And this is giving Noah Hart points. If Noah Hart can make it, this could be big for him in the championship. Remember, there are four more wildcard races coming up. New Zealand, you never know. You could get wrecked out in the first race, then you start at the back in the second race, and then you get wrecked out in the second race. They'll be coming to 3 laps to go. Usually the telltale sign that you can make it is if you stay out coming to 2 laps to go. Who's going to pit this time by? Here comes Benedict Murdo. Here comes Nick Breeding. Breeding's not making it on fuel this time. Ben McDonald is in as well. Here comes a ton of trucks. Noah Hart is one of them. That is big in the championship scenario. Can any of these drivers make it? If any of them can, I would think it would be Daniel Bouchard, who went 1 lap longer that first run. But can Ryan Reed, Lane Sanders, Bolton, Mac Johnson, can they make it? Daniel Bouchard's going high. Are these 4 drivers going to pit? They're all coming in. That's going to give the lead away to Daniel Bouchard. What about William Brock? Will Brock stay out? Yes, he will. Daniel Bouchard in the race lead. Is it something about the Dodge Ram teams and fuel mileage? Remember, Breeding Enterprises was a Dodge team from the series inception in 2019 all the way through last year. Just made the switch to Toyota this year. And as Bouchard puts Noah Hart, your points leader, a lap down, he will stay out to come to take the white flag. Bouchard, before this season, had no prior Napa Truck Series experience. Richard Johnson with minimal starts last year. Cameron Lessard with no starts either. Lessard came in with just Hardy's experience. Monster Energy Racing, man, they hired 3 drivers with different levels of higher series experience, but with minimal truck experience. And it don't matter. It's been paying off. Richard Johnson, we saw him win at California. We saw him win at Springfield. Now, in his 9th career start, Daniel Bouchard is going to have enough gas to make it. He will become the 48th different winner in Napa Truck Series history, giving Monster Energy Racing their 11th win. Daniel Bouchard wins the Talladega 150. William Brock will come home in second. Where is Ryan Reed? These guys are racing for huge points here, 3rd through 5th. Ryan Reed leads the way. Hannah Allen's looking for 4th on Ricky Freeman Jr. Noah Hart finishes the race a lap down in 17th. Ryan Reed, who looked like to have the dominant truck at the end, he couldn't make it on gas, but he's still going to come home with a podium finish in 3rd. Hannah Allen comes home 4th. Carmona just gets teammate Ricky Freeman Jr. for 5th. Freeman will get 6th place. Lane Sanders 7th. Bradley Bishop Jr. 8th. Jeff Bolton 2nd straight top 10 finish. And Bradley Ream brings it home in 10th place. And that is Ream's best finish to date on the season. What a race. Fuel mileage coming into play. How about great finishes for Benedict Myrtle III, Ben McDonnell 11th and 12th, Mac Johnson with a top 15 run. Noah Hart, your points leader, comes home 17th. That's his second finish outside the top 10 this season. James Silverfox, 21st, still has not been the year Silverfox was expecting to have. Same for Austin Rogers in 22nd. Jerry Cook, 28th. Griffin Label McDermott, 29th. Siemba, 32nd. A.J. Jones, 39th. Richard Johnson, 40th. Those are the two big ones. Noah Hart will gain 22 points on Jones and 23 on Johnson. That'll put Jones 81 points back and Johnson 55 points back. And now AJ and Richard are going to have to hope that they can be the ones to have a great run where Noah Hart gets involved in some trouble. Italy could be that race, but so could the New Zealand doubleheader. We've still got some wild ones too down the line, and of course anything can happen if you blow an engine or whatnot. But Talladega, the wild card, it's always been. The wild card it was. Daniel Bouchard, full circle moment, gets Dodge Ram another fuel mileage win here at Talladega for the final time, just like they did the first time. That's it from me, and I will see y'all for the International Tour. First stop, Italy, at the famous Monza circuit.
Thank you.